Now to Brisbane, where the clean-up is off to a cracking pace. Neighbours, strangers and volunteers from far afield are all working together to get the city back on its feet. Let's go straight to the western Brisbane suburb of Rosalie, where Scott Bevan is standing by.
Well, Lee, this is a city being transformed before our very eyes. As you mentioned, this is the suburb of Rosalie, and this is the cafe precinct. Now, yesterday, boats were going along here, such was the depth of the water. This morning, this was one long slick of mud. And now, as you can see, the roads have been cleaned, they've been scrubbed, and it's traffic, not water, flowing along here. Now, while it's astonishing to see all of this, for those caught up in it, it can be heartbreaking. And our reporter, John Taylor, has been out talking to some of those who are in the thick of the clean-up.
Across Brisbane today, tens of thousands of people came to grips with the ugly aftermath of the floodwaters. In the suburb of West End, Bronwyn Geddes is trying to come to terms with what's left of her home.
It's worse than I expected. All the VJs have all buckled, and so all the walls will have to go.
The water went as high as her neck. Every room is ruined. No one's even started to look at downstairs.
There's 3 rooms still further back there.
What's your plan?
Just clean up. Clean. Geez, haven't thought that far.
Bronwyn Geddes doesn't want her son to see what home looks like, so he's staying with friends. Her husband, Bukhari, is from Aceh, Indonesia, and his thoughts are drifting back to the 2004 tsunami that destroyed his home there.
My plan is clean up first everything and then start a new life again, and we see what we can do,
In thousands of homes, people were measuring how high the water rose.
Up to here, that level. Because I have photos up there which I've taken photos of.
This has been Mary Vuong's family home for 22 years, where she and her 2 brothers were raised.
And my parents didn't take anything at all with them when they were known to have to evacuate. They just took all the valuables and stuff.
Stinking, filthy water has gone through everything else, but there are no tears here.
I'm surprised at how well your mum and dad are taking it.
Yeah, they have to. I've been really upset. But yeah, I have to be strong for them.
The clean-up task ahead in just one home is going to be enormous. In once flooded streets in Brisbane, hordes of people, homeowners, friends, neighbours, even strangers, have begun the arduous clean-up. Authorities are warning them to be careful of injury and disease.
Once the water starts receding and it starts stagnating into pools, that's when mosquitoes will start breeding. So people, I know this is really difficult, but in the clean-up, if at all possible, they need to get rid of any stagnant water in their environment.
Businesses are also tallying their losses, and the big end of town is being asked to meet its obligations.
Obviously the insurance companies are going to be under huge pressure themselves. They're going to sustain big losses here through big events such as this, and so there'll be pressure on them internally in terms of their own funds. We want to make sure that they don't cut corners here because of the huge pressure on them, that they do live up to their obligations, and I'm confident we can give that message to the insurance companies.
Further north, about 2 weeks after the city of Rockhampton was inundated, lingering floodwaters are only now receding. A massive clean-up is underway.
I was really surprised and really joyed when these angels turned up this morning.
This is Australia's biggest military deployment for a natural disaster since Cyclone Tracy. 1,200 military personnel are now helping with the clean-up and recovery operation across Queensland. It underscores the size of this flood crisis that has gripped more than 75 communities. It's estimated it will take years to rebuild Queensland. There's been so much destruction in so many places. And then there's the psychological toll.
I think at the moment we're all just surviving on adrenaline. We haven't had time to really kind of sit down and think how this will in the future affect us.
Yeah, it's my mum's place. But we just can't. I'm just grateful to the people that came and helped us. We wouldn't be able to do it by ourselves, so we're lucky we've got good friends everywhere.
John Taylor reporting there.